This is why I decided to move my entire family to Canada. If you guys want to know why, stick around in this video to hear the reasons. But before I get into it, I want to say a huge thank you to all the persons. Oh, where's the right angle? Here we go. I want to say a huge thank you to all the persons who have extended a birthday wish to me in my last video. Thank you guys so much. It's truly, truly, truly appreciated. And all the persons who are wondering how old I am, drop in the comment section how old you think I am, and then I'll confirm it with you guys. Alright? Let's get into the video.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out.
I like to start my videos by introducing myself for all the new persons who will be clicking on this video for the first time or see my face for the first time. So if you're one of those persons, my name is Dems. I'm a Jamaican who migrated to Canada in 2019 with my entire family, as I mentioned. My family consists of my wife and my one daughter at the time. Now we have two daughters. Now, why did I decide to move my entire family to Canada? It's for the Canadian dream. And let's be honest, Canada has done a fantastic job marketing itself as one of the best countries to live in. We used to hear a lot about Canada in terms of there's so much opportunities and you can really make a good life for yourself and for your family. So that was what piqued our interest. But in order for that to pique our interest, we had to have some desire to leave our home country in the first place. Now, where were we in our life situation in Jamaica? Now, in Jamaica, I always refer to say we were living a somewhat average middle class life. Probably, if I'm being really honest, the lower part of the middle class spectrum. Myself was working as a loan officer, and Natasha was working as a administrator. Now, Nats wasn't making a lot of money, and I was earning roughly 150 to 200,000 Jamaican dollars per month at the time. But my income would fluctuate because if you guys know anything about being a loan officer in Jamaica, a lot of your income, you get a base salary, but the majority of your income is really commission based, right? So there are some months when you would earn more than other months. Expense wise, we were paying rent. Our rent was, I think, 35,000 per month, and we were living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom outside of a house at the time. We had a car, we were making car payments, and car payment was approximately 25,000 Jamaican dollars per month. And we had the regular other little bills, like we had credit card, we had loans, we had the regular debt that everybody had. But the thing is, education wise, I did not have a college degree. And a lot of you guys always reach out to me and be like, Dems, you have a master's, or hey, you have a PhD. The truth of the matter is, no, man, I have none of them then. Natasha didn't go to college in Jamaica. She finished high school with CXCs, and then she went back and she did I think a nursing program, which was just like a certificate program. So yeah, we weren't super marketable. But what we did have was ambition. We found that, okay then, looking around on our present situation, looking around on our persons we saw around us and so forth, so on, there seems to be a ceiling where everybody could have reached. And we wanted more. We wanted more for our lives. And then when we get to our daughter, Malika, we wanted to give her the best possible life that we could afford to give her at the time. Now, let's be honest, guys. People always say that there's a lot of opportunities in Jamaica for you to make it. Why did you decide to move? The truth of the matter is, whilst there are opportunities, there are just not enough opportunities for everyone. And that's just the sad truth. There's not enough opportunities for everyone, and we didn't see ourselves as marketable enough to get the opportunities that would have presented us with the life that we wanted to live. So we started looking outside of Jamaica. And as I said, Canada did a fantastic job, marketed itself. Now, we decided that we were going to move to Canada, but we never know how we were going to do it. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We didn't know what channel we were going to use. So we started doing research. So we did everything by ourselves, of course. So a lot of persons always ask as well, did you use an immigration officer? Did you use an immigration consultant? No, we did not. We couldn't afford it. We did everything by ourselves. We did our own research. We kept up to date with the changes in immigration, the immigration policies. IRCC became bookmarked on our computer. We like everything, and I can say this now. There are many days when we were both at work and we were just literally researching how to get to Canada, right? So we came so embedded in it that we thought we knew every single thing that there was to know about the immigration process at that time. So with that being said, we decided that the school route would have been the best option. In truth and in fact, Natasha was the one who was supposed to go to school. She applied to school at first, and then she wasn't accepted into the program because she didn't have one of the prerequisites, which is the CXC mathematics that you need in order to be eligible for that particular program. Now, CXC is a regional exam that's done in the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, and you are tested in a number of different subject areas. So she didn't have mathematics, so that made her ineligible for the program that she wanted to do. I had maths, I had English, I had all of the other subjects that is needed to do a 2-year diploma business program. So we decided that, you know what, I am going to go to school. I am going to be the one to do the student aspect of the process, and then Natasha would have then be eligible for an open spousal work permit, and Malika would be eligible as a dependent for a visitor's record. Bear in mind, guys, that this was back in 2019. A lot of things have changed. I'm just telling you guys what we did and how we did it, right? Now, we were so hell-bent and determined to get to Canada that we decided that we're going to do it by the hook or by the crook. Any means necessary, in terms of if one thing didn't work, we're going to try something else. If that didn't work, we're going to try something else. If that didn't work, we're going to try something else. We were so focused on the goal of moving to Canada. So to come up with the money, at the time we needed, I think, 1 year's tuition plus 10,000 living expense. We sold all our furniture. We only had the bare minimum. I hosted some fish fry events. If you guys purchased a fish fry ticket back in Jamaica, thank you guys. You were actually supporting our dream of coming to Canada. And we were able to put some money together, just put some money together. Anyway, we could have get some extra money. We did it, and so forth, so on. When we landed in Canada, it wasn't an easy transition. It wasn't an easy transition. But what kept us focused was the reason why we were doing it. And as I said, the reason why we're doing it is to provide a better life for our child, Malika, right? That was the reason why we're doing it. And I always tell people that, listen, if you can't remember why you decide to do it, remember who you are doing it for. Because moving to Canada is not an easy thing to do. Moving to any new country, actually, is not an easy thing to do. And a lot of times people are not prepared to know how difficult the transition can be mentally, financially, emotionally, even spiritually. If you're a spiritual person, it's a very difficult transition, right? So the reason why you're doing it and who you're doing it for is what's gonna keep you motivated and determined on this journey. Because there are many times when you're gonna feel like you made a mistake. Have I felt that way before? Many a times. Whole heap of time I felt like this is not working out. this is not a good decision. I made a mistake by coming here. Whole heap of time those thoughts crossed our mind, especially in the winter time. But it always comes down back to why we're doing it and who we're doing it for. Now, being in Canada now, coming up on 6 years, does it get easier? It does get easier, and your transition becomes better, but there's gonna be challenges regardless of how long you're here. No country is exempt of challenges, and Canada is no different. So even though you're here for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 8 years, or 1 year, there are gonna be challenges that you experience throughout your journey just the same. However, does the pro outweigh the con is what you're gonna have to ask yourself. Is it worth it more to stay here in Canada and try to achieve my goals and try to accomplish the reason why I decided to move out of my home country in the first place? Or does the cons of transitioning and integrating into a new country outweigh the benefits? And then the answer is gonna guide you along your process. The answer is gonna guide you along on your process, right? But I decided to move to Canada because Canada marketed itself as one of the best countries on earth to live in and to raise your family in and to get opportunities to be able to provide and protect and so forth, so on. Now, did they lie? I don't think they did. I think Canada does provide the right platform and the opportunity for you to achieve things, but I think it's probably over-exaggerated in the sense that it's not easy. It's not as easy as you might have think it's gonna be, and you're gonna have to push. You're gonna have to push very, very hard in order to achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. Now, first and foremost, safety-wise, the ability to grow and raise your family, and to raise your family and your kids in a safe environment. Listen, Canada is one of the safest places. I haven't been to many countries, as you guys know, but comparing Canada to Jamaica, it's night and day. It's night and day. Like, and of course, I'm not painting Jamaica. I'm not trying to paint Jamaica in a negative light. I'm just talking from experience and talking about my experience. And my experiences in Jamaica, I have to be walking and looking over your shoulder. You know, violence is very high in terms of even outside of like the extreme violence. Like, everyone in the society is very angry. It's very easy for you to get in conflict with someone and so forth, so on. Here it's a little bit different. It's a lot different. People here are more chill. Violence is less prevalent and so forth, so on. So to raise my child in that environment, for me, it's a privilege, and it's a blessing that I don't take for granted. Every day I'm thankful for the ability to live and work in Canada and to raise my family in Canada. I'm forever grateful, and of course there are challenges, but the pro always outweigh the cons in my books. So that is why I decided to move to Canada, and I just wanted to share this with you guys as well, in case you guys are thinking of moving to Canada as well. There are gonna be times when you feel like it's very testing. There's gonna be times when you feel like it's not worth it. But what I can tell you guys is to remember your why, remember your who, and keep pushing, keep going, because there are so much opportunities here for you to achieve, but you just have to have the right mindset. Mindset is key. Mindset is key. Mindset is key. Having the right mindset is more important than having millions and millions and millions of dollars to aid with your transition. Because a lot of people come with a lot of money and they still fail because they have a poor mindset. And a lot of people come with the right mindset and a little bit of money and they still succeed because they have the right mindset, right? Learn a skill, learn a trade, learn a new language. Do something that can benefit you on your Canadian journey. Don't feel stuck. Don't feel obligated to stay in one position. It's the land of opportunity. If you guys get any value whatsoever from this video, the best way to let me know is to subscribe to the channel. Please smash a like on the video and leave your comments in the comment section. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.